I still remember the way he looked at me that day. Like I was small, like I didn't belong there. "You can't handle more," he said, with that quiet smirk. Not loud enough for everyone to hear, but just enough to sting. And the worst part? Everyone around us stayed silent. I stood there, holding the file I had spent 3 sleepless nights preparing. My hands didn't shake, but inside, something cracked. I wasn't always like this. There was a time when I believed hard work spoke for itself. When I thought if I stayed quiet, stayed focused, and gave my best, people would see my worth. But that day, standing in that office, I realized something painful. Some people don't ignore your effort. They wait for a chance to diminish it. His name was Armin, senior manager, confident, charming in front of others, but with me, cold, dismissive, always watching, like he was waiting for me to fail. At first, I thought I was overthinking it. Maybe he was just strict. Maybe I needed to prove myself more. So I worked harder, stayed late, took extra tasks, fixed mistakes that weren't even mine. And every time I tried to step forward, he pulled me back with a smile. "You're not ready yet. Keep it simple. Don't take on more than you can handle." That sentence, it followed me everywhere. You can't handle more. It became a wall between who I was and who I was trying to become. But what I didn't know that day was that his words weren't about my limits. They were about hiding something. And soon, everything would change. It didn't happen all at once. The truth never does. It starts small, quiet, almost invisible. At first, it was just tiny things. Emails I never received. Meetings I wasn't invited to. Projects I started, suddenly reassigned. And every time I questioned it, Armin had the perfect answer. "Oh, I thought you were too busy. It was last minute. I didn't want to overwhelm you." Overwhelm me. That word again. But deep down, something didn't feel right, because no matter how much I gave, it was never enough until one night. Everything shifted. I had stayed back late again, finishing a report that was supposed to go to a major client. The office was quiet, almost empty. That's when I saw it, Armin's laptop, left open on his desk. I wasn't trying to snoop, but my name caught my eye. There it was, in an email thread. At first, I hesitated. Then I read it, and my world tilted. The report I had worked on, the one I thought was mine. He had already sent it, with his name on it. Not just that. There were multiple emails, multiple projects, my work, rewritten slightly, then presented as his own. And the worst part? In those same emails, he described me as junior support. I felt something heavy drop inside my chest. All those late nights, all that silence, all those moments I doubted myself. They weren't because I wasn't enough. They were because he needed me to believe that, so I wouldn't question anything, so I wouldn't rise. I closed the laptop slowly, my hands cold. That night, I didn't cry. For the first time, I didn't feel broken. I felt clear, because now I understood. This wasn't about my limits. This was about his fear. And for the first time, I stopped trying to prove myself to him. Instead, I started watching, carefully, quietly. I saved my drafts, kept records, tracked every change, every email, every stolen credit. I didn't confront him. Not yet, because I knew one thing. People like him don't fall from arguments. They fall from exposure. And I was ready to wait. The opportunity came sooner than I expected. A major presentation. Senior leadership would be there. Big clients too. And of course, Armin was leading it. Or at least, he thought he was. The night before the presentation, he sent out the final slides. I opened them, and there it was again. My work, my ideas, my strategy, just with his name on every page. I stared at the screen for a long moment. Then I did something I had never done before. I didn't stay quiet. I opened my laptop. and sent one email to leadership, to the clients, and to him. Attached were the original files, time-stamped drafts, tracked edits, every version showing the truth, and one simple line: "I believe there has been a misunderstanding regarding authorship." No anger, no accusations, just the truth. The next morning, the office felt different. Quiet, tense. Armin didn't look at me when he walked in, but I saw it. That confidence. Gone. That smirk. Missing. During the presentation, something unusual happened. He stumbled for the first time. He didn't have control, because when questions came, they weren't about delivery. They were about ownership, and he didn't have the answers. I sat there, calm, not smiling, not reacting, just watching the truth unfold. By the end of the day, everything had changed. He wasn't fired dramatically. No shouting, no scene, just a quiet removal, because sometimes the strongest consequences are the silent ones. As for me, I didn't celebrate. I didn't feel revenge the way I imagined. What I felt was peace, because for the first time, I didn't need anyone's approval to know my worth. Weeks later, I was given the role I had always worked for, not because I fought for it loudly, but because I stopped shrinking for someone else's comfort. And sometimes, I still remember his words: "You can't handle more." I smile now, because he was right about one thing. I couldn't handle more. Not more silence, not more doubt, not more being invisible. But the moment I chose myself, everything changed. And the truth? It always finds its way to the surface, no matter how deeply someone tries to hide it.